Hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Stock Pulse on Wednesday, September 12th, 2018. And we are about to dig into today's market wrap-up. The stock markets here in the U.S., pretty flat. S&P 500 futures, 2888, NASDAQ futures, 7484, and the Dow Jones closing at 25,998. Right below that 26,000 level. So we'll see if that pops through there tomorrow. Seems like stocks are back to primarily going up these days. So although one thing that could change stocks going up, interesting to note, here you can see the U.S. 10-year yield, again, getting pretty close to 3%. Some people cite as a psychological level, which perhaps there's truth to, although perhaps even more so, there's a lot of trading action around those big handle numbers. And certainly, as we will dig into in a minute, the effects of the rising interest rates have been felt in the real estate market, maybe not as much with stocks yet, but certainly keeping an eye on the yield there. In the commodities market, gold up almost $10 today, $12.11 for gold and $14.29 for silver. The crude oil contract is at $70.31. And quick look at Forex. The euro still at 116, Japanese yen 111 to the dollar. And not too much happening today in the currency markets. A quick look over at the cryptos. You can see cryptos still near the lows of the year. Bitcoin at $63.39 and Litecoin down to $51.51. So certainly crypto market has been pummeled pretty good this year. Yet, as we will dig into with some of today's news stories, still the factors facing the economy that have led so many into cryptos and precious metals in particular, still very much in place. Here is an article from Dave Kranzler. Will the housing market fall this fall? The number of homes on the market surged, the number of sales dropped, and price reductions were abundant last month. All signs that buyers are pulling back in Metro Denver. That's from the Denver Post on September 6, 2018. On a highly anecdotal note, I do have a friend who is selling her house right now. And certainly what I've seen so far matches more of what Dave is reporting here rather than what we saw in Denver for a couple of years, where you would hear houses went on that morning and they were gone by the end of the day because there were multiple people making bids. Certainly seems like that environment has changed. Now, in terms of other other concerns in the U.S. economy, here's Putin saying that Russia and China to reduce use of dollar in trade. Again, not necessarily new news, but just here's the quote. Putin told journalists that the Russian and Chinese sides confirm their interest in using national currencies more actively in reciprocal payments. So another day off the calendar, the flight out of the dollar continues. And again, interesting, not just that these things are happening, but they're being so publicly vocalized in a way that is different from what used to happen, where there's a lot of speculation that what happened with Saddam Hussein or Gaddafi more related to their indication of exiting the dollar system than the actual oil. So certainly some pointed comments there. Here is Jean-Claude Juncker, who is also now speculating that the European Union must become a greater global actor. A lot of articles saying he wants to walk away from the dollar, and I was looking for him actually saying that, although here questioning why Europe pays 80% of its bills in dollars when only 2% of energy imports come from the U.S. And so certainly now Europe joining the crowd. And the last note of the day, here we have a roundtable with Ben Bernanke, Tim Geithner, and Hank Paulson discussing the financial crisis 10 years later. I'm going to dig into this one a little bit later this afternoon. Can't even imagine what they'll have to say, yet in either case, should be an interesting watch. So that is today's market wrap up. Hit that subscribe button below, and thanks as always for watching.